I'm Tayan Stansfield, and I'm your Teen Miss Kentucky. I'm currently a sophomore at Layne Collins High School, where I serve as my class's vice president. I have a platform of YAY, which stands for Youth Empowering Acceptance. And it's all about breaking the stigma on mental health and finding your inner confidence and being the most vibrant version of yourself that you can be. I've been dancing since I was 4, and I love doing every kind of style. I actually made the varsity dance team at my high school as a 7th grader. It was pretty cool. I was terrified, but it was pretty cool. I also do mock trial. Mock trial is so cool. Our team, we got 3rd in the state last year, and it's where I get to act as an attorney because when I'm older, I want to be a lawyer, and it's great for that. And at our trial last year, I got best attorney, which was pretty awesome. I got scouted by a model agent when I was 13. I guess that's what happens when you're 5'9" at 13, but it's been amazing. It gives me a chance to get to travel and go and see different things and do different things. I love it. So I love to hike. I am a huge outdoor enthusiast. This summer, we actually went out west and visited, I think it was 3 different national parks. I feel like I'm in my happy place when I'm outdoors. I want to make sure it's sustainable and that it's healthy and that it just stays beautiful. And I've partnered with this amazing local nonprofit organization and food bank called Kentucky Harvest. So Kentucky Harvest is all about taking food in local areas and distributing it from those who have it to those who need it. And I really want to, as Teen Miss Earth USA, take this issue globally. I have a really strong voice and I can get people to listen to me. And I think that's so important whenever you are spreading a platform. Family has always been such an important aspect of my life. And so I have my amazing mom and dad who have my biggest supporters. I love them so much. And my mom's probably got to be the funniest person I've ever met in my entire life. She is hilarious. My older brother, he is a genius. He got into Gatton Academy and he moved out at 16. Crazy. But he is a senior at Western Kentucky University right now. He's doing great. And then I have my little brother, Bracken. He is the cutest little thing. He suffers with speech delay and language processing delay. So he has grown so far and I'm so proud of him. Bracky, if you're watching this, I love you. You're so cute. I love working out. I love going on runs. With me having anxiety, it's helped me so much. It's helped me overcome it. And that's something I really encourage others to do. If they're trying to overcome a mental health struggle or a mental illness, being active and staying outside and staying engaged with the people you love really helps. I am so excited to meet all of the girls. It's so much fun being able to make new friends. I'm a very, very social person and I like to talk a lot. So I am so excited to talk everyone's ear off and just make some new best friends and meet people from different places because, that's the fun of it.
Well, hello to everyone. That was Tayan's intro video before she became famous. Tayan, Miss Teen Earth USA, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. Now, first question. Have you stopped smiling yet, or is your mouth as sore as I think it might be from all the smiling that you've been doing?
Let me tell you something. I never stop smiling. I love to smile. Have you seen the movie Elf when he's smiling's my favorite? That's me. I love to smile. So you'll never catch me not smiling.
Right. Well, that's good to hear. And look, first off, congratulations. Has it sunk in yet?
Honestly, it's coming very slowly. It definitely didn't sink in when we were in Orlando. I'm still in a little bit of disbelief. This is honestly one of the most amazing things that's ever happened to me. So it's been great. All the support I've gotten, it's been amazing.
And I was reading somewhere that I think you're the youngest winner ever of the Teen Miss Earth USA title. So you're 15.
Yes, I'm 15 years old.
Going on 16. I mean, obviously the window is fairly small, how old you can be to compete. So when you went in to compete, did it faze you at all that you were competing against girls who would have been a good 4 years older than yourself?
Honestly, no. When doing pageants and when doing really any sort of competition, I always stay in my own lane, and I've never been the kind of person to look up my competitors or my fellow contestants and see what they're doing and see all the stuff that they're achieving, because it's great to hear it in person from them, but it also helps me focus on myself. And time that I waste worrying about other people is time that I could be focusing on myself and making myself the best version that I could possibly be.
And now I think you saw a couple of the comments that have come up. Guys, I can see a whole bunch of you watching. So if you have any comments, any questions for Tayan or any comments, just put them in the comments and I can bring them up for Tayan to see. But Ralph, who you must have met over
Yes, I
over
did
when you
meet
were
Ralph.
competing. So he has said, congratulations on winning. I wish you all the best as your reign begins.
Thank you.
Someone is in disbelief that you were 5'9" at 13. So I was 6 foot at 13. So I can share, I can sympathize with
Wow.
you. I don't,
That's
do you
crazy.
have photos like from when you were 12 or 13 where people were literally half your height? Because that's what I
Yes,
remember.
actually, I'm taller than my mom and my dad. So I have photos of me standing next to my dad, and my like hips are like this much higher than his. It's so funny. He
But
doesn't
where did
like it
you
at all. He gets very upset.
where did you get the genes from then? If you're neither your mum nor your dad are tall, and I know you have two brothers, one older, one younger, are they tall?
My older brother, he's really tall. He's 6'1", but my younger
Right.
brother, he didn't get the tall genes. He's pretty short for his age, but you know what? He's okay. He's a little cutie pie. We love him. But my mom's side of the family, her brothers and her dad are very, very tall. So I think that's where we get it from.
So it skipped your mum, but you got it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Speaking of mum, I think this is your mum. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes. Hi,
Kristen.
mom. I love you too.
Mum, if you have any tough questions for Taya, now's the time to put them in. Ask really, really tough questions because that's what queens love. Now I'm going to remove the comments for a second, and I'm going to bring
Okay.
up the video of your crowning. Now, have you watched the video of your crowning back?
Yes, I've watched it quite a few times.
Okay, so let me just play it through here.
USA Air is New Jersey, meaning your new Teen Miss Earth USA is Kentucky, Tayan Kennedy.
Okay, let me pause it just there. So first off, that pause in between when they were going to announce who was heir, so first runner up, and so that gap there, did
Yeah.
that seem as long as it just seemed to me? It seemed like it would have been an
Yes.
eternity for you.
It was so long. So the first runner-up, her name's Dariani, and she is absolutely amazing, and I love her. And we decided that instead of holding hands like the traditional pageant way, we were gonna
Yeah.
hug, because we had become such good friends. And I was like, I love this girl. Let me hug her, because no matter what happens, I will be so extremely happy. And so yes, it did feel like an eternity.
Good to know. And just let me mute the sound for a second. But what was going through your mind at this point, right here?
Good question. I don't even know. I was just
I
like,
don't think I've ever
what?
seen anyone with that drastic of a reaction. You look like you're about to collapse and die. And just, what
Poor
was
girl.
this
I almost
pleasant?
knocked her over.
It doesn't look like you're enjoying yourself here. What were you feeling at this moment?
I was just like shocked. I was like, oh my goodness, because I didn't go into that pageant. I went in there with no expectations at all. I went just wanting to have the most fun time I could possibly have and make new friends, new best friends. And I did. But then I won. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
So you accidentally overshot your mark. It seems you did a bit better than you were planning on. So what's going through your mind right here? Obviously, it's sinking in gradually. You dwarf your previous queen by a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, Aunt Presley, she's so sweet, and I got to become pretty good friends with her throughout the week. So it was great that I got to share this moment with her and that she got to crown me.
So what are the earliest memories that you have after being crowned? Like, do you remember what you were thinking here,
Um,
or was it just a
Honestly
blur?
not, but I can tell you whatever I was thinking when I was getting crowned. I was thinking, wow, my legs are burning because I had to bend down so much.
Oh, let's watch this squat. I mean, you're a fitness buff, right? So surely this for you is
Yeah, it
super
was great. It
easy.
was a nice little leg workout. It was wonderful.
Get the legs every day is leg day. I mean, it's yeah, Presley. You probably had to bend down a little bit just so Presley could get that onto your head. Um,
Yeah.
so now I got to ask, what has it been like? So this has been maybe a week, roughly a week
Yeah, it's been
ago
about a
now.
week.
So what has life been like since this moment right here?
Well, I go to a public high school here in Shelbyville, Kentucky. So it's honestly been great seeing all the support I've gotten from my school district, my classmates, my peers, my teachers. It's been amazing. Like I am on my high school dance team, so I get to do stuff like dance at games, and I get to do like I'm doing all my homework in my classes. But then I go and I do interviews like this, and I'm like, I'm Team Miss Earth USA. It's like I feel like Hannah Montana. I'm like have two like different lives. It's crazy, but it's been such an amazing experience so far, and I can't wait to travel and go and experience a bunch of different things. It's going to be amazing.
You say Hannah Montana. I think I think more Legally Blonde, not only because you're blonde, but because you want
Let
to
me
be a
tell
lawyer.
you, I want to be a lawyer when I get older, so that is amazing. I love Elle Woods.
And apparently you have, well, correct me if I'm wrong, you have 3 dogs?
Yes, we just had to put our oldest dog down right before the pageant. So for a while we had 4 dogs, but little Barks, he's not with us anymore, unfortunately.
Okay. But are they Elwood style dogs? Or are they big
Honestly,
dogs?
yes. So my little
Right,
dog
okay.
Mars, he looks so much like her puppy. He's like a little chubbier version of him. Like, he is so cute, and he follows me around everywhere, so that's a bonus point.
Okay, so Elwoods, look out. What attracted you? Because we saw in your video that you want to be a lawyer. I've spoken to a few pageant girls who want to be lawyers, but they're a little bit older than you, so they're going through probably the study phase now.
Yeah.
You obviously still have a few years before you need to make a final decision on what you need to study. Why lawyer?
I have done, I don't know if you're familiar with mock trial, but
Mhm.
I've done that ever since I was in 5th grade. And that's what sparked me wanting to be a lawyer. And doing mock trial has helped me a lot with public speaking and like putting myself out there. And it's made me realize that I love doing it. And almost every year I've been a defense attorney. So we have like a prosecution and a defense, and I'm ready to switch it up and go back to the plaintiff. But most years I've been a defense attorney.
How did you find interview then? Because a lot of pageant contestants find interview really, really intimidating, and I'm not just talking about teen contestants,
I love
but
interview.
Miss and Mrs. How did you
Yeah.
find interview?
I love interviews so much. It's honestly probably my favorite part of competition, just because I like talking and I like getting to know people and I like having conversations with people. And that's how I see interview. I see it as a conversation. I don't see it as like I'm getting judged, or like I just don't see it as like they're like judging me and I have to be completely perfect. Honestly, throughout every part of the competition, I'm just myself. And that's why I love it so much, is because it's something where I get to be myself and people don't judge me for it. I just get to be authentically me.
But I'm going to ask you in a bit like what you plan to do with your reign, but let's say fast forward 365 days or so when the next Teen Miss Earth USA competition is coming up and someone is watching this video back because you're the winner, you're the title holder, and they want to know what, Tayan's secrets to winning were. So for people who want to know like what your secrets are or how did you prepare, what is some advice you could give to your fellow contestants?
Honestly, I was nothing but Tayan that entire pageant. I didn't let others affect me. I didn't look at what other people were doing. I focused on myself, and I focused on becoming the best version of myself that I could be. And that was one of the best things I could have ever done. And it made me have so much fun. I didn't feel 1 ounce of stress that entire week. And that is like unheard of for me. I'm normally stressed before these kind of things, but I was like, I feel like relieved. Like I'm just having a blast. So what I would tell the girls who are competing at Teen Miss Earth USA next year, just go in and have the time of your life. Because no matter what happens, no matter who the winner is, there's only one girl who gets the big title at the end of the day. So you also never know what judges are looking for. So as long as you go in there and you are authentically yourself, then you've done nothing wrong. You've done everything you possibly can to be the best version of yourself.
And how do you go about becoming the best version of yourself? Because I think there's a lot of truth in that and a lot of wisdom in that. But then the next question is going to be, well, how can I find out who that best version is? Because if they're around about your age and they're still going through high school for a lot of people, boy or girl, can be a very confusing time.
Yeah.
Sometimes not the best time. So how can you go about finding the best version of yourself?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have struggled with self-confidence my whole life. I'm sitting here saying becoming the best version of yourself, but that took me a while to learn. And when I was especially in middle school, I cared so much what other people thought of me. I tried to change myself to look like everyone else, to be like everyone else, straighten my hair every single day. I would wear what everyone else was wearing. And then I realized, like, that wasn't me. And I didn't like being that way. So I decided to start telling myself that I was beautiful in my own way. I'm unique, and that is beautiful. And then just about a year and a half ago, I started wearing my hair curly, and I started wearing the clothes that I wanted to wear. And I just started being myself, and I've been so much happier ever since. And one of the biggest things I can tell you to be able to find that self-confidence, our self-affirmations are huge. Just looking at yourself and telling yourself that you're amazing, you deserve the world, you're beautiful, it takes it to a whole nother level. And getting out in your community and getting out of your own head, because I also struggle with anxiety, and I have ever since I was a little girl. And being able to go out and help people and be a part of something that is bigger than the issues that are going on in my life really helps you get out of your own head and realize just how lucky you are to be in this beautiful earth that we're on right now.
What are some of the issues that, because I completely agree with you. I think it's very important that people focus on something bigger than themselves, because we all have problems. And if you focus only on your problems, then you become convinced that the world hates you and that you're very unlucky, etc., etc. But what sort of issues do you like to focus on? I guess I'm asking, what's closest to your heart? You've got a year of rain coming up. What are some of the things that you'd really like to focus on during your reign?
I want to break the stigma on mental health. I feel like ever since the pandemic, mental health has taken such a wrong turn, and it hasn't been handled correctly by so many people and so many different things. And I have done stuff with my platform of YAY, Youth Empowering Acceptance, where I've brought my peers in so we can all feel like we're in a safe place and just talk to each other and just have fun and not feel like anyone's judging you. Because the fear of being judged is the biggest problem that's going on in our world right now. And I can say that because I still sometimes have the fear of being judged, but then I just need to remind myself, do those self-affirmations. Like, you are unique in a beautiful way. Like, the only person that like matters and their opinion matters is your own. If you don't believe in yourself, then others aren't going to believe in you.
Absolutely. Can you just, if we cast our mind back to the pandemic, which hopefully seems like a long time ago and hopefully it's in the past, but you would have been, what, 12 or 13 going through?
Yeah, I turned 13 right around the time that the pandemic started.
Right. Okay. Now, going through the pandemic was tough for all of us. You talk about mental health. It didn't matter what gender you were, what age you were. It was tough for everyone. But I'm curious for yourself, because going as a young girl, going through 13, you're sort of becoming a young woman, and then a world-ending pandemic hits, schools shut down, everything is virtual. How did that affect you? Like, what was your experience of the pandemic like?
At first, it was weird because I'm a very social person, and not being able to go out every day and like learn in person and like see my friends, it was definitely weird, and it was a little frustrating, and I started to lose motivation a little bit. But my mom, she like absolutely made everything so much better. She would make me give her my phone at 11:30 every night, like turn it in so I could get a good sleep. She'd make me get up every morning, go to the gym. And I told her, I was like, I want to get in the best shape I can, like the best shape I can, like during the pandemic. I don't want to be one of those people that just lays around and just lets the pandemic get the best of me.
Yeah.
So I got in the best shape of my life. I have a 6-pack now, which is Awesome. I love it. And it's been able to help me like build my stamina and become more flexibly like in the mind and physically too, because I dance and being able to exercise, because I wasn't able to go to dance practice, which was also really hard for me. But being able to go out and exercise, and I would take my little dogs on runs with me back before they were fat. But but yeah, it's honestly it was a great experience for me. It helped me find myself and find who I wanted to be. And that was a big core part of me becoming the best version of myself. And all thanks to the support from my parents and my family.
How come you got a six-pack, but your dogs got fat? What happened there?
Good question. I think maybe we just love on our dogs a little bit too much. I don't know.
I need to ask. All right, six-pack, and I've seen the fitness photos. You love your fitness. What are Tayan's secrets to getting a six-pack? I feel like we could bottle this up and sell it for like millions of dollars. But what are your secrets to getting a six-pack, or at least what's worked for you? Because obviously everyone's a little bit different.
The biggest thing is just consistency. So many people, they're like, okay, like I'm going to work out, like New Year's resolution, going to get so fit, like it's going to happen. But like you can't just do it for like a month or a couple weeks. Like you have to stick with it. And so my mom, she would make me do 400 abs every night because she knew what I wanted to do. And she teaches fitness classes. So she knew what would help me get a six-pack. And so it took me a few months. Like they were developing. I just had to be patient. And then I finally got what I needed to get. And honestly, it's much easier to maintain a six-pack than to get a six-pack. So it's been great being able to, I don't have to do as much work now. Like I still do my ab routines pretty much every day, but it's not as like intense as it was. And I just feel so much like healthier and like so much just like, it's like a weight was like lifted off my shoulders. I was so excited.
When you say 400 abs, you mean like 400 sit-ups, 400 crunches? Like what?
It's like little like sets of stuff. So what I normally do is I do like sets of like 50. So I do like 50 crunches, then like weight, and then like 50 crunches, and then I do like 50 of something else and like 50 of something else until it adds up to 400.
Does 400 seem like a lot to you? Because I don't think I can do 400.
For sure, it used to, but honestly, the more I do it, I like have gotten so much more used to it.
I might take your advice and then try that then, because I would quite like to have a six-pack going into 2023. I did the opposite of you. It's like but see, as you said, like New Year's resolution, I think the statistic on how many people have broken their New Year's resolution by like the end of the first week of January, it's really scary. I think if you're going to set a goal, you need to set one that motivates you, not just because it's New Year's. But you represented Kentucky, and I want to ask you about the state of Kentucky, because honestly, I don't know anything about it. Obviously, I'm not from America. Yeah. The only thing I know about Kentucky is Kentucky Fried Chicken. So what else can you tell me apart from Kentucky Fried Chicken about the state of Kentucky?
Well, I think the most fun thing we have here is definitely the Kentucky Derby. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
It's the horse racing, and I have little like neighborhood like derby parties where we all like make like bets on horses. Like everyone brings in like $10, $5, puts it in a bucket. Whoever wins gets the hat with all the money in it and stuff. And you get to wear like the cute fascinators and super cute outfits. It's such a fun little Southern experience. I love it. We also have a lot of pretty like hiking trails here. Like we go to this place to go camping called Red River Gorge, and we love it because our dogs can come too. And it's a great place like to go camping, to go and see like new sights you haven't seen before. It's beautiful.
And what's the weather like in Kentucky? Obviously, you're in the middle of winter. Is it super cold, or is Kentucky like fairly okay?
Bipolar. Kentucky doesn't know what it wants to be. It was 70 degrees in the beginning of the week. Now it's like 20 degrees. So Kentuckians don't even know what the weather's like.
That's because I saw your story where you were, I think, doing a news story with Danielle, and you guys were all dressed up in like mittens and like. Was it snowing?
They like frosted over last night, but it was still freezing. It snowed yesterday though. I was waiting for my mom to pick me up from school, and it started snowing. I had snowflakes all over me.
So do you like winter? Because I'm fascinated by snow because we don't get any here in Sydney, at least. And when I see snow, I kind of think it's cool. But then I talk to people who have to live with it, and they're like, no, it's a drag. Like when you have to shovel your car out, when you have to defrost your windscreen, when you have to go out, it's just terrible. So, winter, yes or no?
I like looking at it, but I don't like being outside during winter. My parents are born and raised in Utah, so sometimes for winter we'll go out there, and the snow there is absolutely beautiful. But the
Mhm.
snow here, it's like slushy and like dirty, and
Yeah.
it's not the pretty snow. It's like New York City snow. It's like not
Oh,
good at all. But sometimes
okay.
it's good. Sometimes it's like you can go sledding and stuff, but I definitely prefer like the summer and fall.
But you're definitely a summer person then.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair enough. That's same as me. There were a couple of things I wanted to ask you about. I don't know if you still do them. I saw violin somewhere, and I saw tennis
Nice.
somewhere else. Now I ask because I play the violin, and I used to be a tennis coach. So, do you still do? Let's start with the violin. Do you still play the violin?
I don't play it as much as I used to. For I think it was like 5 years. I played the violin. I was in my elementary school's orchestra and my middle school's orchestra, and it was a lot of fun. It was great. I've gained the ability to like be able to just listen to a song and like
Hmm.
be able to play
Yeah,
it, like figure out the notes and stuff, and that was
yeah.
awesome for a while. I haven't gotten it out in forever.
Were you playing classical music or were you playing like country music?
I was see the reason I wanted to start playing is because I wanted to have a fiddle and like play
There you
like
go.
The Devil Goes Down to Georgia, stuff like that. But I
Yeah.
started out with like classical music because I was in an orchestra, and I attempted to start playing like Toxic by Britney Spears, like that
Mhm.
part in it. I was like
Yep.
trying to learn how to do that. So I just if I thought something sounded cool, I wanted to learn it.
It's funny because I picked up the violin again recently. I started when I was 2, so a long, long,
Oh
long time
wow.
ago, started classical violin, and I only picked it up recently again because I wanted to do country music, so fiddle. And the one song that I
Yeah.
wanted to learn, and everyone said you had to learn, was Devil Goes Down to Georgia.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
a
the one that
classic.
I've been learning. It's not the easiest one. Did you ever
I
try
bet.
playing it?
I never tried it because I feel like it'd be easier like on a probably easier on a fiddle, but I never tried playing it on the violin.
Well, you can give it a go. I can send you the sheet music. I found the sheet music, and you can bring out the fiddle. The other one I wanted to ask you about is tennis. So, do you still play tennis?
Yes, I do actually. I play it. So I'm on my high school's varsity dance team and the varsity tennis team. I started last year. And I did it last year because it was off season of dance and I wanted to do
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
So I'm not the most amazing player in the world, but I love it. It's a lot of fun. It's funny because my coach, at first, she just had me playing in like the exhibition, like after the actual match. Like that's all I would ever play. Then on
Right.
like a random Tuesday, she texts me and goes, "You're playing in a varsity singles match." I'd never played singles in my entire life. She's like, "You're playing in a varsity singles match today. Get ready." And I was like, and I lost like 6-0, I think.
No.
So it's okay. I feel like I've got better throughout the season and I start in like a month or so again. So I'm very excited.
Okay.
It's just a fun little thing for me to do.
You right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
What's your best shot?
It depends. I used to like be better at backswings, but my front
Mhm.
swings have been got better at, like as the season went on.
How's your serve? You're tall,
My
so
serve's probably my worst thing. Just
okay.
because like I had two coaches and they both taught me like two different ways to serve. So it's just like at this point I just throw it up and I'm just like bow. Like the technique, like it confuses me. I'm just like, as long as it goes over and it's in the box, we're all good.
We might have to get you some lessons then.
Yeah.
You sound a lot busier. I used to coach tennis at a girls' high school, so I worked a lot with girls around about your age, and most of them are nowhere near as busy as yourself. So when it comes to a typical day, so I mean, obviously you've just come back from the pageant and you've had a week or so to absorb it. What would a typical day for yourself look like though?
I I am a very busy person. You are right about that. And honestly, I thrive whenever I'm busy. If I'm not busy, I feel like something's wrong. So a typical day in my life is like a weekday is I get up early in the morning, I go to school. My school starts around like 8:30, then I end at 3:20, and then I have to go to dance practice after that, usually until like 7 or so. And then
Ooh,
I come
okay.
home. Yeah, during competition season, we have very long practices, and this is our third competition of the year, and it's next Saturday. So we've got our long practices right now. And then I usually come home, I do homework, I catch up on some stuff with my pageant account. I
Mhm.
just do some basic stuff like that, like stuff to wind me down, to relax. And on the weekends is normally when I find time to like hang out with my friends, to like go out. So we go hiking a lot on like Sunday
Yeah.
mornings and stuff. And it's like my family time. But normally I have competitions or like something going on the weekend. So my big free day is like Sunday. I lifeguard too. I forgot to say that. I lifeguard too. So I usually lifeguard on Wednesday nights and like Sunday during the afternoon. But that's a lot of fun. That's no stress.
So you do so many things. What is something that you have always wanted to do that you haven't got the chance to do yet? Is there anything left?
That's a really good question. Um,
Because your mom has
hmm.
also commented snowboarding. So she's reminding you that
Yes,
you snowboard
I
because you
do
forgot
love to
that.
snowboard. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But something that I've like always wanted to do is hmm,
There may be nothing. It sounds like you're doing everything
honestly,
that you want to do.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if there's really like anything too crazy. Most of the stuff that I've wanted to do, like I've done already. I guess the only thing I
Yeah.
can think of is just travel. Like ever since I was little, I wanted to travel the world. I wanted to see all the sights, eat all the foods. I'm such a foodie. Our whole family, we bond over food. It's amazing. But if I ever get the chance one day, I would love to travel the world.
Do your friends do you ever find it difficult to sort of catch up with your, I don't know, like what your friend group is like, but you're so busy. Are your friends equally as busy as you, or do they have, let's say, more of a normal, quote unquote, sort of, 15-year-old life where they just go to school and then maybe do a couple of things, but they're not as busy as you? So does your friend group, are they as crazy busy as you, or are they
Um,
sort of a bit more normal, so to
I'm
speak?
friends with a lot of the girls on my dance team, so like we go
Yeah.
through the long practices and stuff, and like we spend so much time together. So we're busy together in that aspect, and like we have dance competitions together. But my friends, a lot of my friends are in sports, so they have a lot of after
Okay.
school practices. But a lot of times I'll make time like after. I'm the kind of person, if I want to do something, like I'll make it get done. So if I
Yeah.
want to hang out with my friends, I'll be like, we can hang out like after my dance practice, or we can hang out on the weekends. Like we'll make it work. And so it's really helpful too that I see them at school pretty much every day,
Mm.
and I see them at dance practice, and it's just I always try to like live my moments with them and have the most fun that I can.
And does your friend group get pageants, understand pageants? I know in America it's a bit different to some other
Um,
countries, like Australia, pageantry is not so huge. So do your
yeah,
friends,
not
they get what you do?
really.
Not really?
Not they're just like supportive. They were
Okay.
just so excited whenever I won. They a few of them I've tried explaining it to, like especially my boyfriend, he doesn't understand pageants at all. And so they're just all supportive, and they're all like, "We're so proud of you. Good job." And I'll tell them like what we're doing, and they're like, "Yeah, that's great." But I'm probably definitely the one that gets pageants the best.
Have they ever seen you? I mean, you just got the crown now, but have they seen you with your crown on and your sash?
In person, no, they have not, but they've seen like pictures of me and stuff.
But what would they say if you turned up to school wearing what you're wearing now? What would the reaction be?
Can I wear it? I guarantee most of them would say that. Can I put it on? I think that'd be the biggest reaction.
How is the crown to wear? It looks spectacular. Is it light? Is it
Yeah,
comfortable?
it's
Has it
not light. And yeah, it's not light, but I feel like I've definitely gotten used to it. When I first put it on, I was like, whoa, this is heavy. But now, like, I feel like it's just light on my head. It feels a lot better.
Well, it looks like it's sitting very comfortably, which is good.
Yeah.
So what are some of the first plans, or what are some of the plans that you have with the Crown? I know that you mentioned Kentucky Harvest, and I saw somewhere that I think you got together, I think 1,500 pounds, was it, of food, which is a lot
Yeah.
of food, by the way.
Yeah.
So what are some of the plans that you have with the Crown?
Well, with Kentucky Harvest, they're a local nonprofit organization here in Kentucky, and their biggest thing that they're addressing is the food distribution problem. And a lot of people
Mhm.
get that confused with a food shortage problem, which people think is the why there's not enough food, but really it's how the food is being distributed.
Right.
And 1/3 of all food grown on US farmland doesn't make it to a family's stomach, which is
Mm,
insane. And honestly, the carbon footprint of the like food distribution problem is bigger than the airline industry, and that's saying a lot. So I
mm,
really want to make that more well known and be able to conduct more food rescues, which is where we would stop at different places like Kroger, Panera Bread, Crumble Cookies, and we would collect what they were going to throw away and go and
right.
give it to like homeless shelters, youth service centers, places like that. And then with the food drive, that was a holiday food drive, and we collected 1,500 pounds of food, like you said, for families who needed it for the holidays. So that was really amazing. So I hope I can get ambassadors in each state, not just in
Mhm.
Kentucky, to be able to make Kentucky Harvest a nationwide thing.
What is the I was aware that there was definitely a food distribution problem, and
Yeah.
I was reading into a little bit. I know that restaurants sometimes are the biggest culprits because, they have to make food fresh, and if it's not bought,
Yeah.
they have to throw it out. But just from what you've been doing, what are some of the causes of the distribution problem?
Honestly, it's just people throwing the food out. We actually, one of the times we went to Crumble Cookies to collect the food, they were like,
Hmm.
oh, we threw it out because they had like forgotten that we were coming. And it was just like, this is
Right.
why we have a food
Yeah.
distribution problem, which it's amazing whenever, because a lot of the stuff we collected was you know how, have you ever been to Costco?
Yeah. Yep. We got
Or a
it here in
place like
Australia.
that. You know,
Yep.
when they have like the muffins or something, if there's like an odd number of muffins, like if it doesn't fill the whole thing, they'll throw it out. It doesn't matter if it's good or it's bad or
Right.
if it's
Okay.
like about to go bad. Like if it doesn't look right, sometimes they'll throw it out. So a lot of the stuff that we collected was like bread, was like an uneven amount of like
Mhm.
muffins and just things like that.
Did you say you were collecting food from a cookie company?
Yes, crumble cookies.
Right, we don't have that here. But were you collecting actual cookies?
Yes, we were. Crumble Cookies, they're a company. They specialize in like weekly flavors. So they keep chocolate
Right.
chip like throughout the whole year. I love crumble cookies. It's one of my
Well, see,
favorites.
this is
But
what
then
I was
when
going to ask. Like, how do you collect it and not just eat it all? If you're collecting cookies.
it takes some self-control. I'll definitely say that. But it's great whenever we get to see like people's reactions whenever we come with all of the goodies and all the stuff that they need, especially with the cookies. Like imagine getting
Yes.
donated cookies. That's exciting. Like that's amazing.
Yeah, I'd be excited to get a delivery of cookies. So if someone wants to get involved in Kentucky Harvest, so let's say someone's watching this and they're from Kentucky, what would be the easiest way for them to get involved?
Probably contacting me, and I can contact the like
Organization?
president of Kentucky Harvest and the people who like cover it and everything because I'm going to be an ambassador for them again this year. And
Hmm.
so contacting me would probably be the easiest way so I can you can go on food rescues with me. We can get some volunteer hours in. Anyone who wants to go on a food rescue or wants to conduct any sort of food drive with me, just let me know. I'm totally
Okay.
down. I would love to do it.
Okay. And you're planning maybe on expanding similar operations to other states as well at some point?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends from around the US, and I think it would be amazing if I could get them to be as passionate about this as I am and be able
Mm.
to get an ambassador in as many states as I can.
Well, I mean, you got a head start on that because obviously you have more than a few sister queens. So it sounds like
Yeah,
you've got a good
yeah.
base to start with right there. Just to backtrack a little bit, you said you wanted to travel. Have you traveled outside the States at all yet?
Yes, our family loves to travel. I've actually traveled out of the US. I've been to Canada before, and that was probably one of my favorite trips. But we travel out west a lot. We love to hike in
Mhm.
national parks. Our goal as a family is to like hit every national park in the
Right.
US, which would be amazing. We we just like every opportunity that we can to get out and to experience something new. Like we take our annual like beach trips sometimes, but
Mhm.
we've been to Vegas, we've been to Niagara Falls, we've been to New York City, we've been to like a bunch of national parks in Utah, and we want to go places like California. We're going to
Yeah.
Maine next summer, which I'm very
Okay.
excited about because I've never been that far like up by New York before, so
Yeah.
that would be really exciting.
So if you could click your fingers right now and you and your family could go wherever you wanted to go, where would you go?
Greece. I want to go to Greece so bad.
It's not
And
because you
like
watched Mamma Mia, is it?
Mamma Mia is my favorite movie.
Of
Yes, I
course.
love Mamma Mia.
So you want to see the white buildings, that those really
Yes.
ridiculously white buildings, the ridiculously blue sea, and just have
Yeah.
everyone going around having a song and dance and having a
I'd
good time.
also love to go to Italy too, because my dad's side of the family, he's Italian. That's where I get my curly hair from, and be able to
Okay.
see the culture and everything there. Because I love Italian food, and I think it'd be amazing to experience like real Italian food.
So I was going to ask also because you mentioned food, you mentioned you're a foodie. So
Yes.
give me the lowdown. What are some of your favorite foods?
I have a very big sweet tooth, so I love things like
Okay.
brownies, cookies. I love all that kind of stuff. I love sushi. Sushi's probably my favorite.
Okay.
Our whole family, we all love sushi. Even my 10-year-old little brother loves sushi. He has the palate of like a 25-year-old. Like it's crazy. He will eat all the stuff, but we love sushi.
Is Kentucky? It's not really near the ocean though, is it?
No, it's not. It's not. We have lakes here, but that's about it. But there's this place we all go that's about 30 minutes from our house. It's really good.
Right. Okay. Do you have any favorite sushis? Because in Australia, we have all the sushis in the world, and
Oh,
everywhere
that
has
sounds
their
like
own unique
heaven.
brand of sushis. But what's your favorite sushi?
I like the sushi that has not the seaweed around it, but like the soy paper. I like that kind of sushi. And
Okay.
I don't like uncooked sushi. I don't think I can eat uncooked sushi. I might throw up. But
You
I
have to
really
give it a
like
go.
cooked sushi. I'll have to try it sometime, like just to so I can say that I've tried it. But I don't know. I don't know.
As long as it's not moving, you're
Yeah, as
good.
long as it's not moving, I'll be solid.
Yeah. My worst food experience was with something that was still moving. I
Oh
won't go into
no.
details, but as long
That's
as it's
not
not
good at
moving,
all.
no, it really wasn't. You love eating. Are you good at cooking at all? No?
Not
That's
really. I made me and my little brother some easy mac and cheese for dinner
okay.
tonight. So that's
Right.
about as far as my cooking abilities go. I love to bake. Baking's fun. It's kind of like a like stress reliever for me. I'm not amazing or anything. Like I like box mixes and stuff. That's where I thrive. But
Okay. That's fair enough. Just before we move to the end, because you're only 15, but where do you see yourself? How do you see life playing out over the next few years or so? So obviously you've got your year of rain, you'll be finishing up school, and then if you want to be a lawyer, then obviously college is on the cards. Have you given any thought to how you see the next few years of your life playing out?
yeah, I would love to continue to dance outside of high school and be on a collegiate dance team. Ever since I was little, my dream has been to go to Duke University in North
Hmm.
Carolina. We went and visited it when I was, I think, 8 or 9 years old, and I fell in love with it. I was like, Mom, this looks like Hogwarts, like Harry Potter world. And so I loved it, and I think it'd be amazing to go there and be on their college dance team.
If you had a choice, would you rather be a wizard or a lawyer?
Ooh. If I was a wizard, I could do some pretty cool things. So probably a wizard, if I'm gonna be honest. That would be pretty cool.
Fair enough. I feel like your mum is reminding you of all the things you've forgotten. Your mum has said NYC, so New York next month, and
Oh
Chicago.
yeah, I am. I do get to go to New York City next month. We're going. My birthday is next month, so it's like a birthday trip, and I'm gonna get some photos done whenever we're down there as well. And we get to go to Chicago for the St. Patty's Day parade, and I get to do some photo shoots down there as well.
Does your mum keep all your appointments for you? Does she have to remind you of all the things? Because you're so busy going around. It sounds like your mum has your diary
She definitely
planned
does help. Yeah, I've gotten better at like remembering stuff, especially with this big of a title. But she's like my momager. She's great.
Sounds like she comes in handy. She's got your whole diary sort of committed to memory, and she's reminding you of the bits and pieces that you've forgotten. Tayan, just before we go to the close, speaking of your mum, is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to for supporting you?
Well, right now, definitely the Sash Company. I have their sash on right now. Crown Jewel Designs, they provided our amazing earrings for opening number, and Mark DeFang. He gave us those really cute red dresses that we all had for opening number. That was great. There was this big fascinator that I got to wear for the Still She Rose Gala, and that was one of our state sponsors, the Hat Doctor, and that comes really in handy for the Kentucky Derby and things like that because she makes like magnificent fascinators. Pixton Design Group, they all designed our super cute like fitness wear tops, and I got to do a photo shoot right after I won with Vizcaya Swimwear, which did all the swimsuits with the Miss and the Mrs. division.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had Beauty Queens Galore, which is a prom and pageant store where they sponsored our Time to Shine runway. And we have Queenly. Queenly's amazing. I got my interview outfit from Queenly, and they sponsored our gown show.
Yeah, I've interviewed one of the co-founders of Queenly, Trisha, so I know them very well. The Hat Doctor, that's like the best company name I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
The Hat Doctor. I'll have to remember that one. That's a great business name. All right, let's go through to the final 10 questions. They're just random questions, nothing particularly to do with pageantry. So the first question is, what is your favorite word?
Favorite word? Vibrant. I love vibrant because I feel like it describes my personality. If I could describe myself in one word, it'd be vibrant.
And number 2, what is your least favorite word?
Oh, probably like moist. That's a weird word. I don't like that word.
So I'm going to ask you the question I ask everyone who says they don't like the word moist, which is a lot of people. We talked about baking. How do you describe a cake then? Because when it comes to a cake, moist is a good thing. Like you want a moist chocolate cake. So
I
how
would
do
just
you
say like soft or something like that.
Okay. Some people have described it as wet, which I just don't think
That's
really works. Yeah, I was going to say a wet chocolate cake means that you haven't really baked it enough. Question 3, in life, what gets you excited?
Traveling, being able to try new things and do new experiences. That's one of my favorite things in the whole world, especially doing it with my family.
So that was what gets you excited, what turns you on. Question 4 is what turns you off?
Definitely people who just, I don't want to say the word like fake, but are just not very nice. Like I believe you should be nice to everybody because you never know what it's going through someone's heads, what kind of day someone has have. So when people are just not very nice to others and they continue to be that way, I've never liked that. It always upsets me.
Question 5, what sound or noise do you love?
I like my little dog. He makes this like squeak noise whenever he's excited. It's like, it's like that. And he gets really excited. And I just think it's the cutest thing in the whole world. So that's probably my favorite noise.
And number 6, what sound or noise do you hate?
Nails on a chalkboard.
You want to give us a demonstration? You have a chalkboard right behind you.
I think I'm good.
Just reach up and, a quick sharp. No? Okay. I tried. Number 7, if you could have any one superpower, what would you pick and why?
I would probably pick, have you ever heard of Charm Speak? It's like if you say something, like tell someone like, oh, like, and you say something to them, like they do that thing or they are thinking that thing. So it's like, yeah.
So you want to control people's minds?
Basically, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I feel like that'd be
All
pretty
right.
cool.
What would you get someone to do? If I gave you that superpower now, what's the first thing that you would get someone to do?
To fly me across the world, I think. Like to take me
Sounds
to a
good.
bunch of new places. That'd be really cool.
Sounds good. Question 8. What job or occupation would you most like to attempt?
Definitely, or actually, ever since I was little, I've had this little side note off of being a lawyer that I would love to be a judge on Cupcake Wars. I would just love to be a judge for any food competition in general, but Cupcake Wars, that would be amazing because you get to eat cupcakes and get paid for it. Like that's like a dream job.
You just said you're not very good at cooking, so I think you need to up your baking game if you're going
Well,
to
I'm
become
very
a
good
judge.
at tasting and
Yeah.
seeing if something tastes good.
Okay, so you're very good at the eating of it. Just okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Cupcake Wars, if you're looking for a judge, then Tayan's your girl. Question 9. What job would you definitely not like to attempt?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably, I don't know if I'd want to work at like a fast food restaurant because I don't really like fast food and I feel like it would gross me out.
Okay. All right. That sounds fair enough. Final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I think it would be you did a great job because I have done so much to become the best version of myself. And sometimes I wonder if being the best version of yourself, like sometimes that's not the best way to go, but I truly believe that it is. And to be able to hear him say that I like succeeded in life and I did a great job and I did the best that I possibly could, that'd be amazing.
Perfect. Well, Tayan, it's been great getting to know you. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. I had so much fun talking to you.
And congratulations again. If you want to follow Tayan, I will bring up her handle there again. So at Tayan Sage Stans, and then also your Miss Earth USA one. Is it Teen Miss Earth USA?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. And if you want to get involved in the Kentucky Harvest, then also you can send her a message and she will get you sorted out. Well, Tayan, I will keep you on the line for just a second whilst I hang up with the audience. But thanks to everyone for watching, live or on the replay, and we will speak to you next time. Bye for now. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Sorority Access is now open. So if you'd like to join an amazing group of women and learn how to be the most powerful, confident, and impactful queen possible, head to thepageantsorority.com. I'll see you there and see you in the next video.